Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel, guys. I'm inside the BMW 330 here, like Hightower from Police Academy. I've got no seats, they're outside. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the headlining out of the car, and I thought it'd be a good time to take 5, shoot a video and catch up with you. Although it's not the best location, I'm not even sure if you can see me, but I'm trying to figure out how to get this headlining out. At the moment I'm just taking everything, I don't know if you can see this, I'm taking everything out of the car, and I'm pretty much there now. I think I need to pop these out, and this one here, and then these have probably got to come out as well. I'm just not sure how to get these pillars out, but there we go. And I've got to get the ones at the front, I know how they come out. Once I've got all of everything out, then I should be able to get this headlining out. Anyway, let's pop the camera down. So let's just get some light going so you can actually see me. Oh, it's a bit bright. Let's just do that. Hopefully you can see me now, guys. So I am back in old Blighty after a lovely time out in Phoenix, Arizona for this turtle wax demo thing, which was fantastic. Great to meet all of the other YouTubers out there, and just a good fun event, and really a real eye-opener for me, seeing how the other half live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and they live very, very well. Now I'm back to reality, trying to get this headlining out. I have a PDR guy coming tomorrow to sort out the roof and get the roof back to half decent. I've got to get this headlining out within the next hour or two. I've got a friend coming over who's giving me a lift to another place. I was helping Reg out the other day, taking his car to a place up the road. I'm a really good mechanic, a friend of Reg who does a lot of work on his car, and this guy happened to be braking a 330 CI and he had it there in front, and I was all sorted for parts really, because I was going to get the bonnet brand new, but he's going to sell me the bonnet and the rear tail lights off him, because my ones are a bit dirty and they're starting to crack open. Bonnet and the rear tail lights for 70 quid, which is great. And with the bonnet he's including the hinges, which I need, and the gas struts, you know, the little hydraulic struts which keep the thing sprung open. So it's a lot cheaper than buying it from BMW, even though BMW are going to do us a good deal on it. All those extra parts will be expensive. So basically I'm getting a new bonnet for like 50 quid with all the hinges and gas struts, which is great. Then I'll get the glass done through my insurer, and then the car will be back to where it was before this happened, which is great news. I'm still not out of the woods yet. Tomorrow's a really important day to see what happens with the roof. But this car is too good. It's way too good, isn't it, in here? Look at it, it's too good to scrap, this car, man. It's lovely. We've got awesome seats outside there. You know, the car's just going to be great. So even if I keep it as, you know, it's just too good to take down the scrapyard and, you know, and take a few quid for. It's way too good a car. What else is going on? We've got a track day coming up soon next week, which I'm looking forward to. I'm also, I think that's Friday, is it? I'm not sure, but there's a track day next week we're doing at Goodwood, so hopefully that'll be nice and dry. I'll take the M140. This car's not going to be ready. I'll end up crashing it. I'm off up to Cirencester on Monday. I might stay up in a hotel over there, because it's about 3 hours up there, 3 hours back, so it's about 6 hours driving. It's a little bit too much in one day when you've got all the filming to do as well. I'm catching up with Bert and Ian from PVD. We're going to be talking about the stuff we're going to be doing for the next mega test, and I can't say too much about everything. Well, that's not that top secret, but we're going to be taking a look at trim dressings, you know, trim restorers and stuff like that, and comparing them. So that's going to be really interesting. What else is going on, guys? Well, generally the channel is going really well, really happy with it. I'm talking, you know, this is my informal channel where I like to just fire up the camera and talk informally, which I really enjoy doing. you know, it's part of the I'm just going to put the camera down, forgive me. Part of the fun of doing YouTube is the engagement and talking to you guys. On the main channel, unfortunately, if you do that sort of casual thing, people switch off and disappear, and it's bad for the channel to be informal. There has to be a point to everything on the main channel, which is a bit of a shame. What else did I want to talk about? I've been talking a lot on Patreon about what's coming up next for the channel, because the channel is growing still. You know, it's chugging along. For a channel that's so informal, you know, for me in my garage, I'm still doing the same original kind of content that I started doing. It's less original now, I suppose, but it was original at the time. That content isn't particularly YouTube friendly. It's not particularly... it's never going to take off and go massive, you know, because it's quite niche content. But that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I want to carry on doing. But I'm thinking about the next steps for the channel and what I can do with the channel to try and make doing this YouTube more worthwhile. Which is something you've got to constantly think about. I'm always talking about the money side of it. If you don't get the money side of it right, eventually you'll get fed up with YouTube. And the biggest problem I've got at the moment is there's a balance, isn't there? There's the triangle, which I've probably talked about in other videos. The triangle is me at one tip, the detailing industry at another tip, and the viewers, you guys, on another tip of the triangle. And the dot of where your video sits in this triangle is the balance. Now you can get the balance wrong and your channel can end up serving the industry, for example. If I was just open the channel up and said to everyone, send me your products, I'll feature them on the channel, and that's it, you know, just send them in, then I'm going to be working, filming videos, testing products for very little money, because the channel doesn't really make much money on each of the videos, unfortunately. About 10 to 20 pounds for video is a good way to think of it. So I'd be providing a service for no money that would generate a lot of sales for whoever was putting the products through on my channel. So the industry would benefit, you'd get a fair amount of benefit, although if I was just doing too many products, you'd lose the value in the information. So the balance would go too far forward towards the industry. If I could change the channel balance so that it favoured me completely, and it would be, and I would say I would not review anything unless people were prepared to pay me money. There's nothing wrong with that, but it would change the balance too much. It would serve the industry a little bit, it would serve me a lot, it probably wouldn't serve the viewers so much. Now on the other hand, what I can do to serve the viewers is take lots of products and kind of compare them, so you get strong recommendations across the market, so that information serves you well, which is one of the reasons I'm always going to be doing these big comparisons. The problem with those big comparisons is I have to go and source quite a lot of products, and only one product really ends up getting all the plaudits. So those videos cost me a lot of time and money. Sometimes I'll spend 3 to 6 months doing them. And they're really the equivalent of one video. I could take each of those individual products and create 10 videos from that. You know what I mean? And do more views, and it'd be easier to film, but they wouldn't be as much value to the viewer. So I've got to try and balance the whole channel. And at the moment, like I say, the biggest problem I've got is each video might make me 10 to 20 pounds, which sounds a bit ruthless, a bit cold, but it's not enough money to produce video content. So I've got to try and think how I can get each video making £100, which is a more like healthy place to be, you know. And I don't have an answer for that at the moment. Maybe there isn't an answer. Maybe I just need to keep carrying on down the path I'm on, growing the channel slowly, and hopefully that will grow views slowly over time, stuff like that. I don't know. Sorry, I'm sniffing a little bit. I'm also looking at the option now, as the channel draws nearer to that holy sacred number of 100,000 subscribers, where I think that goes to quite a scary amount of subscribers, where you've got a base of 100,000. That's a lot of people, isn't it, following the channels or subscribing to the channel. that's probably at the point where I need to look at maybe moving, you know, the filming of all of this out of my garage and into a commercial property. And a commercial property will give me more space. It will allow me to set up a better environment to do all this testing. The problem is with a commercial property, it's going to cost me about 10 to 15,000 a year, you know, which is basically, it's going to plunge the channel into losing money again. So it's very difficult, all of this. I don't know. So I'm constantly asking, you know, for advice. I always put these posts on the Patreon about what I'm thinking about in my head and what's going on. But I want to take risks with the channel. I don't think I want to sell anything. You know, that's that. I'm not. I don't want to never say never, but I just don't want to go down the line right now of selling stuff. But what I want is a commercial premises, which might give me the opportunity to do better content and do some other stuff that isn't business-wise, that isn't intrusive, or there isn't a conflict with what I do on the channel, and it doesn't require me to kind of plug it on the channel. You know, it's a separate thing that I can just use that commercial premises for. I know I'm being a bit vague here, but I'm still mulling through all the options in my head. So that's where I am at the moment. In the short term, what do I want to do? I need to finish off some comparison videos that I'm doing. Need to finish off that spray and rinse one. I need to get some other ones done. The hunger for product reviews is still massive from people. My appetite, I've been doing it for so long. I've compared everything. I must be, you know, getting on to between 500 and 1,000 products or something, maybe even more. I've compared so much on the channel that sometimes my appetite for doing that stuff can wane a little bit. Or I feel like I already know the answer. When I started doing the channel, I was just as hungry as the kind of people watching it to do these tests and see which ones perform the best. Now I'm a little bit like, you know, does it really matter? You know, I'm just being honest. So when you start thinking like that, it's part of the reason I'm doing this content with the car. It's just a nice change for me to actually do some kind of work on the cars rather than playing around with products all the time. So yeah, you know, in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, my appetite will come back to get the product comparisons rolling through again, and I'll get stuck back into that, and I've got millions of them to do. The problem now I face is there's more people doing these product comparisons, and that's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. You know, the more information you can get. But I don't like the idea of doing a comparison that's already been done, and it's hard now to find one that's been done. I can't keep up. I can't be the first to do them. There's guys out there that are going to be able to do them a lot quicker than I can. It usually takes me a month or so. It depends. If it's one product, I could play around with it and get a video knocked out, but I like to use them for a little while before I do that, just to make sure that I understand it. Not always, but so there we go, guys. Everything's good though. I really do love this kind of YouTube thing. It's pretty much my full-time thing at the moment, which is why I want to get out the garage now. It's what I'm doing, so I need to be a little bit more ruthless. I'm sorry if ruthless sounds like the wrong word, but I need to be a little bit more focused, perhaps is a better word than ruthless. But I need to come up with a more reliable way of the channel making good money. At the moment, it's not all doom and gloom. You know, if you don't like doing it, stop doing it. There's always that option. I love doing it, but I have to try and make it a little bit more kind of. I have to make it make more money for the time it takes. Video making generally is a very time-consuming thing. This type of video isn't. It's no edit. I'll just chop this straight in there, upload it, done. But the other videos where you're cutting lots of scenes, you've had to collect all the footage up and the edit takes a long time. You could be, you know, looking at 10 hours for a reasonably good 20-minute video if it's lots of editing. So if that video is only making 10, 20 pounds and it's taking you 10 hours to make, that is not sustainable. So that's the thing I'm thinking about at the moment. Yeah, other than that, all is well, guys. I'm going to crack on, get this headlining out. I'll get an update video done on this car soon. Hopefully by the end of next week I'll have the roof sorted, glass back in, and a bonnet that's a different colour on the car, and I'll be able to drive the car again. Then after that I need to turn my attention towards paint and getting this engine misfire issue sorted, which, you know, is going to cost more money, and I need to get the alloys refurbished as well. So all fun and games, guys. The old money pit car is definitely living up to that title of that video. It's definitely a money pit, but I love this car and it's exactly what I wanted, which was to get stuck in and use some of the detailing techniques and products that I've got and stuff like that to, you know, get the car clean, do a little bit of restoration, a little bit of refinishing, a little bit of painting on the outside, some mechanical stuff, just all Mickey Mouse stuff really. But I enjoy doing this. It's been a while actually since I've done a car, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bit of a long video this one, you know me, I can chat for hours. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you can actually see this footage. This is the point where I go and check it now and it's all pitch black and I have to go and shoot it again. Take care and bye.